All right, we're here with Antonio Tarver as he gets ready for his big fight on Showtime, April 12th, against Clinton Woods. Antonio, now you said a couple of things at this press conference that were very interesting in terms of conditioning.
Right.
Primarily that when Mason Dixon, the character you played in Rocky, he was about 235 pounds.
Right.
Considerably less than what you're weighing in right now.
Most definitely.
Tell us how that training went.
Well, that was a long time ago. You know, I took the role of Mason Dixon in the sixth installment of Rocky Balboa, the Rocky franchise, and it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So, you know, I had to jump at it. You know, when Sylvester Stallone comes calling, you don't hang up that phone. You know, like I said, it was a wonderful time. I learned from it. But, you know, it really hurt me getting back in tip-top shape. And, you know, the champion that I am, you know, I thought in my mind that once I lose the weight and make 175, that I would be in shape. But it was contrary to my belief. And so, hindsight, if I had it all over to do again, I would have had a couple tune-up fights ever before stepping in with someone as tough and as rugged as a Bernard Hopkins. Right. You know, but knock on wood, unfortunately, I didn't get hurt. God preserved me. It was a life lesson, and I'm back. You know, I had 2 tune-up fights. Now I'm back to peak shape, condition, and I'm ready for Woods.
Well, we talked earlier with your trainer, Jimmy Williams, and he was a big part of it. He's a self-proclaimed old-timer, talking about the days of Sugar Ray Robinson when they used to go 15 rounds. Tell us about what that old-school training is like. He
ain't a self-proclaimed. He's an old-timer.
Right.
80 years young, Jimmy Williams, man. But he has a life in him of a youth. So, you know, that's what I thrive on, that his vision, his experience, coming together with my natural God-given ability and talent. I mean, we make a unstoppable tandem. I mean, Jimmy is one of those type of people that demands excellence, you know, and so I work my butt off because, you know, he has the vision and I have the work ethic to be able to execute his vision through me. So it's one of those beautiful combination. And so, you know, I've never had a trainer with as much wisdom, knowledge of the sport, you know, as Jimmy. You know, if he's not throwing some type of history in your face, he's having you read educational book. I mean, it's something every day, and to just better you as a man, as a human being, and as a champion fighter. So, you know, it's a plus, a major plus.
Well, you know, you don't look a day over 25.
Thank you.
You're 39 years old.
Yes.
You call yourself a young and fresh 39. That's what you said earlier. But, you know, looking at that picture over there, the Olympian, I mean, you're 39, so things have probably changed a little bit in your training. Tell us what goes on. What's the difference between the days when you were, you know, the Olympic guy and now a 39-year-old? What's the difference in training?
Well, you know, a lot of times, you know, I beat a lot of guys on just God-given ability and talent. Right now, it's imperative that I'm in the best condition and shape because to allow my talents to do what they're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. You know, I do a lot of things in the ring. And, you know, I'm not a one-dimensional type of fighter. So I have to be in the best shape in order to let that out.
Right.
And to really just do it naturally. You know what I mean? If I'm not on defense, I'm jabbing, I'm moving, I'm counter-punching, I'm throwing a lot of punches, you know. So it's a lot of things that goes into my craft. You know what I mean? And so
you
boxing, counter-punching, you know, brawling, whatever.
You said you like right now you're in some of the best shape of your life. Is what you said earlier, and you said you like your record when you're in this kind of shape. Now going into this fight on April 12th, we saw some of the conditioning you were doing for us here earlier. What tell us a little about your daily routine leading up to this, and does it tail off coming up like these last 2 weeks? Does it change at all?
Most definitely. What you saw today was just one of those intense, short programs. Mm-hmm. You know, we've put in the hard work already, but it's still, you know, important for us to come in here and get fired up, fire that engine up, you know, sweat, you know what I mean, make sure that our weight stays controlled so we can eat. You know, my trainer, Dudley Pierce, has a fabulous meal back there for me, probably about 300 calories. He got it down to a number, a science. So, you know, that's what it's all about, being able to continue to eat and stay strong. You know, if you look at me, you see my skin is smooth, I'm not dry, I'm not suffering, and you don't see me with cotton mouth. I feel good. I'm full of energy right now, and we're going to let that carry over on April 12th.
Well, you know, Sean George and Julio Gonzalez are the two guys you've been sparring with. You said originally when you came you had four or five maybe, and you cut it down to just them two. And you said Sean had the quick hands and Julio brought something else to the table.
Oh my God.
Tell us what those guys have done going into your sparring sessions.
I mean, they've allowed me to prepare at a height and with an intensity that I've never prepared before. I mean, these two guys are champions. Mm-hmm. They don't have no sparring mentality. And I asked my manager, Al Heyman, to make sure that we didn't get no guy in here that, felt like he was, less than me. I want a guy here that's going to compete every time out. And Sean George and Julio Gonzalez did that. And because these guys are proud fighters, it's not about the money with them. It's about the experience. And so you can appreciate that because they're going to push you. And if I make a mistake, I'm going to get knocked on my butt. And that's just bottom line. So they forced me to really get to that level, that peak. And so when we're still peaking, but I feel very confident that when I go in there, that my sparring partners push me, far more greater than I think Clinton Woods will be able to. I'm ready.
Well, I was watching a little bit earlier on this double-ended bag over here, and I've done it at the gym a couple times myself. And if I might hit it 1 out of 10 times, you were knocking that thing every time, clocking it. I mean, you were seeing on your game. Your quickness is there. Your power's there.
Everything. But we don't want to lose focus. We're not going to stress anything. We're going to feel good. We're going to keep this smile on our face, and we're going to show out. We're going to show up and show out on the 12th, baby. So if you miss it, you're going to be hurt. You're going to let them have to tell you about it. So it's going to be one of those moments that, you can't miss. Right here at the St. Pete Time Forum, I'm going to be there, the Magic Man. We got Chad Dawson and, at championships on the line, TNT, title night in Tampa. And I'm just so thrilled that AT Entertainment stepped up and made it happen. So, I'm very proud of my promotional company. And we're not a promotional company just in, hey, Big Gary, in theory, we're a real promotional company.
Big Gary's in the house. Big Gary. Well, I saw that smile on your face. I saw when you were training, you got some Jay-Z on listening here. Now, we all be in the gym. We all go through that mental thing where we're alone time. We got our headphones on or whatever. And I'm trying to read your mind. I'm thinking, what's going through this? I mean, you're a world champion fighter. And I'm thinking, is he thinking the same thing that I'm thinking when I go into the gym? What kind of things going through your mind?
I mean, just feel good things. The time is approaching. I'm ready. I feel like right now I got shackles on my feet just to say that I want to just turn loose and let go. You know what I'm saying? I'm all bottled up. I mean, I get anxiety right now. It's hard for me to sleep, and I know that I'm ready. That's, when you're ready to perform. I'm ready to lay it all on the line. Whatever it takes for victory, I'm willing to do it.
Well, I know you've been answering this question quite a bit, and we had you on camera a few weeks ago with My Fitness Channel at the Sun Dome. You saw the mixed martial arts fights, and you've been answering a lot now, but, this is a chance to give boxing fans here in Tampa and all over the world, really, another taste of what world championship fighting is, because you got 4 great fighters on one card.
Yes.
So how does that compete now? Do you feel it's upon yourselves to really prove that boxing is really the bigger sport now?
That's going to be anyone's... It's arguably, I think when you look at the history of boxing, no sport compare. I mean, we have Jack Johnson, Marciano. I mean, we got legendary names, man. I mean, Sugar Ray Robinson. I mean, it goes on and on and on. I mean, we've been here through the test of time, And so when you look at it from that perspective, there's no sport that can compare, And so I feel like when you look at a champion boxer, we're the people's champions, you know what I mean? Because in every sport, they love their boxing. Basketball, I would say it like this, not to be arrogant, but I'm your celebrity, biggest celebrity.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tampa certainly loves you, and I know there's going to be a lot of people cheering you on. That's April 12th, Showtime. My man Antonio Tarver getting ready to take down Clinton Woods. We wish you the best of luck. Thank you for coming here to the Fitness Channel. Thank you for having us today. We wish you the best of luck.
Man, thank you.
All right.